That's extra, sir.
Yes, it is.
God, we've got extra chairs. Don't
Yes.
They better set more plates for dinner. Morning, we'll call this meeting to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join me for a moment of silence and reflection. Thank you. We'll begin with the approval of the minutes from June 17th and June 18th.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. We've approved the minutes from June 17th, 2025 and June 18th, 2025. We have before us, is there any public discussion or request for discussion today? No one signed up for discussion. Before us, the action items today is Commission Order 2025-159. It's a matter amending Commission Order 2025-148. I think we discussed that at the last workshop, just the clerical changes.
I'll make a motion. We accept that.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Actually opposed, same sign, that motion carries. The next order of business is 2025-160, the refunding overplus on land sales back taxes is the next item on the agenda. Any further discussion on the overplus?
Nope.
I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion. We approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. We've approved Commission Order 2025-160. Next on the list is the Commission Order 161, the adjustment of taxes for March from personal property tax book for year 2024. We have that before us. Any discussion on the adjustment?
Make a motion that we approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. We have approved Commission Order 2025-161. Next up on the list is 2025-162, the adjustment of taxes for April on personal property tax book for year 2024. Relatively the same, just different month.
I'll
Make a motion that we approve.
that.
Or I second, either one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have approved 2025-162. Next up is 2025-163, a matter of finding certain equipment as surplus to the needs of Franklin County and further authorizing such disposal. Again, a lot of computer stuff that's no longer
stuff that's not working any
not
longer.
working and needs to be gotten rid of.
Make a motion that we approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Approved 2025-163. 2025-164 is the matter approving and authorizing disposition of certain state and local records.
Make a motion that we approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. Obviously, motion carries. We are disposing of some old ballots. Next up is 2025-165, the authorization of a multi-jurisdictional mutual aid agreement with the city of Sullivan. We've had a number of these recent.
I'll make a motion we accept.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. We've approved 165. Next on the list is Commission Order 2025-166. Approving and authorizing execution of a grant application for state and public assistance. This is the EMA, the State Emergency Management. Any discussion?
Grant application.
Hmm.
Basically, grant application, right?
SEMA and FEMA.
I'll make a motion we approve.
A second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Same sign. Motion carries. We approve the grant application for state and public assistance. 2-pager today. Next on the list is Commission Order 2025-167. The matter approving and authorizing execution of intergovernmental agreement between the County of Franklin and the City of Washington for a cost share of a portion of Highway 47. I think we've discussed this at length, that we believe this is obviously a good opportunity and an opportunity to leverage some more federal money on the 47 project. And here's the opportunity to approve it.
I think it's a great investment for the county. Getting the 47 project started off is, I think, a good endeavor. That it's got a lot of support from the people of the county to get this 47 project going. Some concerns are the initial cost of what we're going to come up with the capital for the 600, of course. We're working on that. And then we're looking at a recovery. I don't know if you want to talk about that, Paul. We're looking at an assessment type.
Can we approve this commission order without going, we still need to cover how we're gonna recover that money? Can we approve this now and cover that later?
I think that's something that could be added if there's a consensus agreement to do that, but I think we can, I don't think that necessarily has to be a part of this.
Would
Mark,
that be,
Probably a question for you, Mark.
Mark?
Yeah.
July?
Yeah, the first application for the cost share with MoDOT is due July 7th. So that's the reason why we have this in front of you. Our city council's already approved this agreement, but this is the first step. Any steps that you want to take later on to try to, like I said, this is step one for the cost share. If we're successful with that, then the next step that's laid out in the agreement would be to apply for the federal funding, which would be in February 2026. And then you guys can determine at a later date, we'll find out probably in May if it's on the recommended list. And then, so you've got between now and probably this time next year.
At least, because there's still
Yeah.
things have to come into play before this would ever
Absolutely.
go into effect.
Correct.
If all those funding mechanisms come through, if we're awarded the 50/50 cost share plus the the other funds that we're applying for, the 4.8 million or whatever. If that's successful, then we would have the opportunity to determine how we could
Because it would be
recoup
later
those
on
costs.
down the road that
Yeah.
we would, I mean, I think you would probably, I would say this, you probably at least want to identify how much, like I said, that would be, I mean, the agreement talks about, like I said, 600,000.
600, yeah.
So that's just so that we all know, here's how we're operating, here's how we're moving forward with this. If anything should not succeed, such as the 50/50 cost share or the federal, well then there's no need for the agreement anymore.
And the agreement's off. Would the city of Washington, could we get some kind of a commitment that we realize, as we discussed last Thursday, there's no guarantee of what kind of development's going to be there. You don't
Mhm.
know. You may have
Right.
some ideas, but there's no guarantee till it starts. But let's assuming it's going to be residential,
Mhm.
which probably, I think a lot of it will be there. We're looking at like a nominal fee of 125 annually per home, which is very, I mean, if, I know there's some discussion of starter homes and stuff, but if $125 a year is going to stop someone from buying a new home, you got a question, should they be buying that new home in the first place financially, right? So, and this would, my understanding, discussing it with Mark, our counsel, is that would have to be attached to the developers' fees that they also put in annually to recover pump stations, sewers, things like that. That's not really actual home, but the home, it's got to be there because the home's there. So they need to recover that cost, and they do it on an annual basis based over 10 years, 8 years, whatever they project out. So we would want to attach something to that, which would have to go through also with the developer's fee. Is that correct, Mark? From my understanding?
We have not discussed that with city council. I will say that that's, you know,
Okay.
to do some type of impact fee has not been discussed with council to try to recoup that.
Is that something that wouldn't be off the board though? I mean, that would be something that's possible for the city?
I'd hate to comment on that without really getting the consensus of the council on that.
Okay, fair enough.
Because like I said, we just have not discussed that.
Well, overall, I think it's a great investment. If we can get a $12 million investment, you know, for roadways out there with a $600,000 cost share, that's a bargain. I mean,
I agree. I think that's good for the county, good for the city. As long as we've got time to follow up on this at a later date, I make a motion, we approve it.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We've approved. The execution of the intergovernmental agreement between the city of Franklin and county. Next up on the item agenda is 2025-168, extending a sub-recipient contract between the county of Franklin and Turning Point Advocacy Services. I know we discussed this in the,
Is that the one they needed some more time? I apologize. I don't have that in front of me. Reading it off there, but
Not a change in the funding, but they want an extension on time. Is that right?
that's what my memory serves correctly. I think it was their
90-day extension to fully utilize the awarded ARPA funds is what they're looking for. 3 months.
3
3
months.
months. Pretty straightforward.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Finally, 2025-169, approving the consent agenda and all the items listed thereon. Clerk fees virtually on the consent agenda. Any further discussion on the consent agenda?
Not I.
Nope.
I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have approved 2025-169. Do we have reports from any of our elected official or department heads? No one care to come forward? Jim, did you get any information from Cochran back this past Friday or not?
This morning. Anticipated any day.
Okay, sometime this week.
It is in the works. It's,
I know you said it might have been here last week, obviously, or part of this week, so. Anyone else? Seeing none. Any further discussion by the commission?
Not I.
We do have some years of service recognition this morning. Our first being Courtney, and I won't know how to say the name. Is it Diener? Okay, Courtney Diener with the sheriff's office, 5 years of public service. So this is my first time, so it's. We have a certificate here signed.
I think you presented to.
Do we
All
come forward?
Can you get them all up there?
Well, let's get them all up here again.
Yeah.
We got some more, so hang out for a second.
Don't run off, Courtney.
Next, we have Deputy James Gensler. These are some tough names. It's my 5 year. I think I can get the next one. Corporal John Paul for his 25 years of public service. Thank you.
Congratulations. Here you go. Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Well, your first call.
Congratulations.
Who's your first call? Awesome. First one. Of course, I'm playing. All right.
Can they get us in?
Got room down there?
One more. What got one? One more. Everybody hold. Yeah, pull it, you got.
Yep.
With that, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a
To
motion
adjourn.
Adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We are adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.